Team UK was crowned Best National Team at the Buhurt World Championship in an experience the fighters characterised in one word.
Very hot.
Hot. Very hot.
So it was just so hot that it was almost like, wow, I'm not even thinking about the knee, because it was more just thinking about like trying to survive breathing because it was that hot.
All in all, a good event. Team UK ended up coming away with 14 medals in total, and also the Best National Team trophy for the most medals won. So that's a good victory in and of itself for the country.
Lovely place, and it was a great tournament overall.
It was a great few days out there. A lot of hard work, but no, it was brilliant. Really, really good experience. The national team, Team UK, just did so well. So it was very, very special event for us. Personally, could have done better, this, that, and the other, but in terms of how the national team overall did, was brilliant. And it was just really, really great event. The trophy is literally best national team. It's your team has won the most. You're the best team.
Despite winning the most medals at the tournament, 14 in total, 10 of which gold, the fighters of Team UK still believe there's room for improvement.
We had high expectations for the team. We've got some world-class fighters across the men's and the women's divisions. If anything, we probably expected to do a little bit better in some of the other categories. We were hoping to get medals in the 12 versus 12 and the 30 versus 30, which we did 2 years ago. But we also took quite a lot of new fighters for those categories to get them the experience. So there was a little bit of a trade-off there. We maybe didn't meet the expectation of medals, but what we did do is get people valuable experience for the future.
The men's 12s and 30s didn't quite go our way, and I think overall we're a little bit disappointed with it. However, new team, we're one of the only teams, if not the only team, to have 30 to 40 people there, all representing one nation, rather than having alliances and things like that.
Even though the performances may not have quite been up to the team's expectations, the atmosphere of the tournament spoke for itself.
Atmosphere just amongst the teams, there's always that sense of camaraderie. You're in there to do a job and you're there to fight one another, but ultimately everyone's there to have fun. One thing I will say is the atmosphere when Hungary were fighting, who were the host nation, was immense. The support that they got in that arena was brilliant. The crowd was amazing.
It's like a world apart. It's such a friendly community that it's old school rugby kind of feel. So when you're in the list, you're hammering away each other. No hold bars, absolutely. A little bit of chat, a little bit of banter in there, or sledging or whatever. But when you're outside, you're buying beers, you're buying drinks for each other. It's just a community that's so strong because you all know what you're going through.
Fans were crazy. I didn't expect. I expected them to be up for it, but when Team Hungary was on, they were loud. You knew it no matter where you were. You're not really used to having you're used to having spectators, but not stands full of people. So it was very cool to have a crowd that size, reacting to what's happening to you in a scenario like that. Considering
over 30 countries participated, the World Championship ran smoothly.
Level of professionalism in terms of the organisation was for organising that many fights, that many fighters was incredible. Really, really, really good experience.
I was lucky enough to be one of the event organisers. So obviously, after 18 months of work behind the scenes, having that event culminate in a World Championships and running the way it did was a highlight. And then on top of that, I had my wife was helping with the event as the head of the tournament committee. My daughter was helping as part of the tournament committee get fighters and teams ready and help the event. For me, it was a full-on family affair, and I think that's the best part about it for me.
For me, definitely being in the 12s, being in that 20, is certainly a personal achievement, and also being around the top fighters of the UK and being able to have a net gain in terms of my takedown assists to ratio. That was certainly what I was very happy about.
Rory McDowell, despite being one ACL short, also enjoyed a smooth run of the tournament.
You know, even I was a little nervous because I'd only put my armour on once out here in my garden before going, and it was like practice, and I was like, okay, I can move fine, it's okay. But you know, then putting it on and competing is another story. So once I had my armour on out there, and I was moving, you know, I was warming up, you know, and I felt okay. I was like, okay, good. Still nervous though, because you know, once you get into a fight, completely different. But no, that first time, especially marching in with the boys, like the whole squad, all of us, stepping into the list, like getting ready to compete for the first time, I was like, wow, like didn't even think I'd be here. So yeah, no, it was an unbelievable feeling. There was only one moment where I even sort of noticed it during the fighting, and it was I think it was against Australia, maybe round 1. And just as one was passing me through on my left like that, I kicked with my left leg, and it just like there was a little, it's not even a wobble, just like hurt a little bit, but like that can happen with anything, you know. So that's kind of what I'm working on at the minute, is trying to get my knee as strong as I possibly can before that last tournament in October, and see what we can do there. And then after that, then it'll be the end of the season. So again, probably back to some more, I mean, basically, you know, seeing on how that goes, rehabbing the knee more if it needs it, just sort of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? But taking stock from there after that last tournament. But that's the goal at the minute: knee rehab, fight at Heritage Shield in October, and then we can reassess after that.
While the championship was a personal victory for McDowell, it was also, of course, a major victory for Team UK, and Daniel George believes it will have positive implications for the sport's future.
When new people come to the sport, it's a good way of kind of demonstrating what you can do if you commit to the sport, you know, competing on the world stage, potentially winning medals if you put the time and the effort in. I think the other thing as well is it kind of reinforces the amount of development the sport's had since kind of COVID. We've had 2 world championships since then. We had 2023 where we medalled and did really well, and we've had 2025 again where the country as a whole has done really, really well. So it kind of shows promise for the future for people that are coming into the sport with aspirations of doing well.
It's a work in sort of progress, and we're building up a very good foundation. So for a lot of people, the experience was the main thing, I think, and we'll come back in a couple of years' time even better, even stronger.